Hi. All right. Today we're going to go over my top five commands to use on the command line. All right. So here we are in the terminal. Um, it's this is a lesson that I'm putting together because I wish someone had just shown me these things. The terminal is a really interesting program. That's all it is. It's a program that's think of it. I like to think of it as the text version of your operating system. So if you think about your operating system on your Mac or on your Windows machine, it basically lets you navigate files and folders and run programs. Same thing in the terminal, except instead of dragging and dropping, you're typing commands in, and then the commands run. Commands are like tiny little programs that you can string together if you want, or you can just do them one at a time to do things and make the computer do things. So I think what's scary about it is it doesn't really give you any instructions when you start. You just start it up and it's like, here you are, Timothy Masterson. You're on your MacBook Air. What do you want to do? And it stares at you and blinks. So don't be scared about it. You can talk to it, and there's really, I find myself 95% of the time using these five commands over and over and over and over and over again. The first one is PWD. It doesn't mean password. It means, click in here, PWD, just like that. It means print working directory. So it shows you where you are in your folder structure. So I'm in user Timothy Masterson. That's called my home directory, right? Anytime I want to go back or reference the home directory, you can do that with the squiggle. That's this one, that little thing. So like I can change my directory, CD, to, well, actually, let's see what's in here. All kinds of things: movies, downloads, libraries, music, pictures, dev, etc. All right. So I could go to downloads. So now I can do, it's just downloads right there. You can see it. But I can also do PWD to see the full path. Like that. And some people really geek out, and you can do things like set this up so it's real custom to you, so it always shows you the full path to where you are, or those kinds of things. Now, if you want to see what's in a directory, I already did it in this video, ls. It stands for list. But the version I'd like you to learn, if we were just doing the top five commands, I should have done it, lsla. So that's, there's a lot of stuff in my downloads directory. But what it does is it alphabetizes everything and lists all of it, long all, so that you can see over here. These are like the permissions, the read, write, whatever. You don't really have to care. I'll just say that the RW, that's a quick way of seeing what the permissions are in that file. And then who owns it, what you need to be to have access in it. You got to be a staff person, and then the size, and then the date it was modified, and the name of it. The things with the dots are the file names that start with the dots are the hidden files. That's why this comes in. Because sometimes you're looking for a file and it's got a dot in front of it, so it's hidden. It doesn't come up with the just straight up ls command. If you do lsla, you see everything. Anyway, so lots and lots of files. It just lists all of them. You can also type clear. This isn't one of the commands, but I do that occasionally when you don't want to see everything. Okay, so I'm in my downloads folder, and if I want to change the directories back to my home folder, what would we do? That's right, we'd do cd squiggle. Change directory, home squiggle. There's no place like squiggly home. There we go. So now we're back home. We can PWD to see that we're back in my home directory. So you can move around. So the commands that I use to move around a lot are cd to change directory, ls to see what's inside that directory, pwd to see where you are. So you just kind of hop around like that. You can also drag from the Finder a folder into here, and it'll move you to that folder. I don't do that very much. I pretty much just type where I want to go. And then the other two commands are making folders and deleting folders. So let's see here. Yeah, let's make a directory here. mkdir, make a directory. The nerds got that one right, mkdir. And then we'll say test directory. It's a directory, so it can't have spaces, I don't think, because then it would think it was two directories. Anyway, so we can do make directory like that, and test directory. Okay, now ls, and we see it there. Okay, now if I want to remove a directory, there's a special command, and you have to be very careful with this one, because we're going to put, it's called rm, which means remove, and then rf, -rf, and that stands for recursive final. So it means delete this folder and everything underneath it. So I'm going to do rm-rf test directory, just like that. One of the things that you can do too is if it's unique, I just did that. These are tricks I learned over the years. If it's like, there's only one thing that starts with T in this directory, so I can hit tab, whoops, capital T. It beeped at me, notice, because it didn't know who that was. But if it's capital T and hit tab, it'll pattern match to see, is there anything else that does that? Since test directories is only one, you don't have to type the whole thing out. So you can just hit tab there. So now it's rm, which means remove, then -rf, recursive final, means don't ask any questions. I really want to remove everything in this folder. The folder is called test directory. And let's see what it does. So now we'll ls again. And then you can see the test directory is no longer there. So, yeah, so those are my top 5 commands for the command line. It's not scary. And if you think about it, each one of these commands is really just a mini program that's telling the computer to do something. RM is a remove program. CD is the change directory program. PWD is the print working directory program. And those are the 5 base ones that get you around. There are other ones like the git commands that you'll need eventually. But those are the ones to get you started and get you comfortable. So now you can move around and you can make directories and you can remove directories. And that's most of what you do when you're working in the command line. Then generally you're doing a git to download something, clone a repo, and doing those kinds of things. But yeah, so there's my top 5 command line commands. Keep coming back for more. We're gonna go from 0, which this is pretty early level here. We're gonna go from 0 to world class in the world of AI. And this was we're just getting started. Thanks for joining me on this journey.